You love what you do, rest of the things starts falling in place.
Honestly, if someone asks me what is that one thing I'm afraid the most, I think living a life where I am not happy doing what I'm doing. So, this is a video for you if you want to change the trajectory of your life. If you want to start your online business in 2024 as a beginner, if you want to do a business which is profitable with very least amount of investment, but something that helps you to go up where you want to go, then this is the video for you. Also, if you're someone who has already started the business but just is like at a place where you're kind of figuring out things, you really don't know are you at the right place or not, still this is the video for you. Okay, so this video is actually divided into two parts, very honestly. So the first part is the 5 steps that you need to do, and to make those steps easier, the video ends with 5 different questions that you need to journal on, that you need to spend some time on to understand that, okay, this is how you make the process of your own business easier. So if you're new to my channel, I create videos on self-improvement and business. I am a business and freedom coach who is on a mission in 2024 to help at least 100 women this year to become more financially independent, have location freedom, time freedom, and also to help women understand that you really don't have to choose between things. You can have what you want. Like the universe is abundant, gifting you everything that you want in your life. So you really don't have to limit yourself, because I know that we all are in different circles where everyone tries limiting us every passing day. So I am here to remind you guys that you don't have to limit yourself. So this is what the channel is about, and if you support the cause, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel, because I will be coming up every week and over the period more consistently, maybe twice or thrice a week, to help you guys in this journey. According to SBA, 20% of small businesses fail during the span of the first 2 years, and 45% businesses fail in the duration of 5 years. And you will be astonished to know this, that 65% of businesses fail in the first 10 years span of their business. So this video is actually going to help you to skip those mistakes and also understand that how this few exercises and the steps that I will be sharing with you on this video is going to change the trajectory of your business. It is going to make sure that your business won't fail. So go through this video, and as I have mentioned before as well, that towards the end of it you will get 5 questions on which you will be brainstorming and journaling. That's going to clear all the steps and the entire process much easier for you. And whatever you journal on those questions are also going to help you with the vision of building something that's going to stay for you, right? So without further ado, let's just start with the video. So the first step is the ideation. So I am a very big believer that ideas are as important as execution, because I have heard so many people say that no, it's not like that. Execution is the most important thing. But I kind of feel that ideas are the way God connects with us. God uses us as a medium to whom they kind of send their ideas, send the wisdom. So I kind of feel my intuition, my ideas, my subconscious is God speaking to me. So you might have heard this quote, and it's that when we talk to God, it's a prayer, but when God talks to us, it's ideas and intuition. So I kind of believe that wholeheartedly. So I'm going to introduce my 2 characters back again, Tina and Gaga. So if you're like Tina, who is about to start her own business, then Gaga is going to share some tips with her about how she is going to go towards it. Now, Tina comes from a family which has never been in a business before. Tina comes from a group of friends where everyone is working, and she doesn't have a clue how to start her own business and make sure that it doesn't fail. So if you are like Tina and you are kind of confused that what is the actual difference and what is it being an entrepreneur, you can actually check out my video, which is the difference of the mindset in a 9 to 5 employee and an entrepreneur. So you will see the video here in suggestion, as well as you can go in the description box and you can see that my video is embedded there for you to kind of go and watch it. So that will be a great video in your journey because it's going to clear a lot of things up for you. So as we start, the first stage is the ideas and the ideation process of your business. So here you can see on the screen that Tina has a question. How does she come up with ideas? She has a question that there are so many ideas that come to us every day, and there are so many ideas which doesn't just make sense. So right now is that make a list of 10 ideas, 100 ideas, whatever ideas that comes to your mind. As I said, it's the way like God is speaking to you, right? So like write all those ideas down and then start brainstorming and understanding that which are the top 5 ideas that kind of stand out for you. And then you start deciding that which is that one idea which kind of takes you out of your zone and you're like, okay, this is it. So spend some time. You need some time. You need patience. You need to make sure that it is a very important thing of your business. So if you have read the book, The One Thing by Gary and J. Papasan, you will see that it always speaks about how important like one thing is when you are trying something. So there was an instance in that book where he was trying to learn guitar and he was advised that if he kind of starts working through the scales and he like becomes someone who's very good at it, like that's just one thing of learning guitar lessons, he can actually be a very good guitarist, and he followed that. So there is always one thing which is important when you start something. So if you kind of think that everything is important and you're prioritizing all the things, then you're not prioritizing one thing enough, right? So it's very important to understand that this particular idea is like that seed that you are about to harvest, which is going to turn into that amazing business, which is going to have so many fruits, so many flowers, and which is going to like nourish so many people, right? So it is the seed, and it is so important to know that what is the seed that you're going to plant, right? So this is the most, and like I just feel one of the steps which you can't take lightly. Jim Collins in his book Good to Great has mentioned a hedgehog concept. So you can see the chart here. So one is like your passion, one is the market fit, and one is something that you're really, really good at. Okay, so understanding your unfair advantage, understanding that something that you can do effortlessly without being tired or without complaining. Okay, the other part is something which you're truly very passionate about. Like when you go through your ideas, you just realize, okay, this is something I love. This is something I really have to do. And then understanding the market of it. So when you have these 3 things, between these 3 things is what that is your successful business. Step 2 is focusing on the problem that you want to solve. This is so important. Like if you look at any successful business around you, you will understand that one of the biggest pioneers behind their success is the problem they have chose to solve. So let's see Uber. So I used to remember like before Uber came in here, we used to wait so long to get like a taxi. The fares were not adjusted. It was not like a very convenient way to kind of go out, search for a cab, then again negotiate with the driver. Now it's not fairly priced. There has been times where I have not even been like 100% safe while traveling in a taxi with some stranger. So there were so many parameters. So someone thought about those problems and curated something that makes my life easier, that solves that problem. And that's how that business is actually standing out, right? So you always have to understand what is the problem you are solving and what is the impact that problem is having in people's life, and what is the ideal picture of the transformation or the convenience or the way they are going to feel once that problem is not existed in their life. Again, when you go towards the end of the video, you're going to find the 5 questions you need to work on. That is going to make this concept even more clear, because you will get a chance to kind of write it down that, okay, these are the problems, these are the solutions, this is how I do it, this is how the person feels. So it's going to make this entire process like super smooth. So step number 3 is going to be assembling your MVP. Now, what is an MVP? MVP is minimum viable product. So this is going to be something which is going to be your client or lead attraction to be the step that helps you to clear out and also make a very defined offer that targets the audience whom you want to target. Because this is going to make you realize that, okay, this is the exact problem, this is where they are at, and this is how I can come in. So this is why this step is so important. So you can use maybe a free resource. So free resources come in very handy at this stage, because it's easier to give away something for free and have a very mass amount of audience kind of participate in it, so that you get a free market fit research done, as well as you kind of understand that is that exactly the thing that you want to give them. Also, you kind of get an idea that, okay, if I am like, supposedly if you are a health coach and you are trying to reduce emotional overeating, and you do a survey with people who have any eating disorders or who are obese, who don't have that perfect like BMI. So once you have this particular quiz, this particular ebook, workbook, checklist shared with this amount of people, you can actually go through the survey. You can also understand the quality of leads, and you can have, like, I love quizzes because those can be done in like type forms, jot forms, and you will have them answer a few questions, because that helps you understand that, okay, are they an exact market fit? What is their exact problem, and how you can come in as an expert and solve it. As well as it helps you to kind of understand that the problem you're trying to solve, is that even a existent problem in your target audience, or you need to shift your audience, or is it something people are not ready to work on right now? So there are many aspects of it. So this is why it's a very important part, right? So if you are even giving like a recipe book away, understanding how those recipes are helping, what are the struggles they are finding in the recipe. Now we come to the next step, and the next step is actually understanding how your MVP performed. So when you go through these feedback loops, when you go through these quizzes, when you see that how many people have responded maybe to your ebook, your webinars, and the interest of your audience, and also you understand that, okay, my audience might have this 5 problems.
Now, you must be wondering that after you get the feedback from the audience, and if you see that they have different problems, you might feel that I want to solve them all. And that is the first mistake you might end up doing, because you want to attract everyone. So you don't want that. You are not selling ice cream. You are not here to serve everyone. So understanding whom do you serve is so important here. So you might also have this question that what do you do next? You have an offer, you have your audience, you know which problem you're solving. So now the next step is that understanding that what is the unique thing that you can add in that problem solving part of it. So you must be thinking that how will you get these answers for yourself? And you are going to have that particular journal prompts coming up in a few minutes now. So now is the time for you to launch, because you have the offer, you have the unique thing added to the offer, you have the audience. And you might feel that launches are hard and expensive because you have ads, you have this, that, and honestly, you don't need any of it, okay? You just have to make sure that you're positioning yourself well and you are having a very strong messaging. And by messaging, I mean you are sharing whom you're helping, why you're helping, how you're helping very clearly. That's so important, and for which you also need to know this very clearly. So that is why you're going to have those prompts. But you are going to also understand that launch has a very integral part, which is lead gen and sales. And for any successful sales, you need to keep in mind these 3 things, which is emotion, okay, logic, and urgency. So how do you create that, right? So you create emotion, logic, and urgency, and most of the successful people use it in all areas of their business. And the way you use it is nothing but understanding that you can use logic in terms of how the program is going to benefit anyone, emotion through your messaging, and your offers are your urgency. So now is the time for the most awaited part about this video. So let's get started. The first question that you need to write is,
so once you have written down what you're really passionate about, then you start brainstorming on who are the people who need your services, right? Whom do you want to serve? Okay. And when you write that, actually there are a few sub questions also to kind of think on it, is that how does your target audience look like? Where are they at in their journey? Okay. What are their biggest challenges, fears, goals, objections? Why this question is so important is that you kind of understand, like you just say that you want to help entrepreneurs, okay, and you want to specially target kids, okay, who have, like you as a kid have never got that infrastructural background where you kind of understood in schools and different associations that you can try different innovations. So you want to have a startup and you're very passionate about kids becoming entrepreneurs, right? So I have met so many amazing businesses like that, but yes, so suppose you are aiming for that and you have a business around that. So you need to understand that who is your exact audience. Your exact audience is kids, but as well as parents, because you need to educate them also about how much potential the kids will have, as well as you have to make this entire process of setting the business up very fun, because you are understanding that, okay, this is how the kids would respond to. But you have to also keep in mind that what are the objections, challenges and fears kids and their parents might have. So if you want to serve a particular category, you have to understand from what mindset they operate in also, so that you have it all listed down and it helps you to kind of understand, okay, so this is how this person thinks, and if I need to go towards that person, this is how my messaging, my branding and all those comes in, right? So that is why the second question is so important. Whom do you really want to serve? Then comes the next question, that what can you do for them to kind of help them? So you have to understand what is the transformation you're gifting them. How does the transformation look like? How will you make their lives more faster, more happier? Fourth question is something that I absolutely love, and it is what makes you unique, what makes you stand out. So once you have understand your passion, you have understood whom you want to help, you have understood that, okay, this is the transformation you want to give them, then you understand that how you are unique. And trust me, everyone is unique in their own way. So you can be like that, okay, you have gone through a disastrous relationship, so you know how to deal with it. So you have that unique experience from it. Or maybe you have studied NLP, so you can also bring in that. So everyone has that unique, and that is the question that you need to answer for yourself next, that what makes you unique, what makes you different. And again, as I mentioned, this is just not for the coaches, even as a service provider. Supposedly you sell Christmas gifts or maybe Christmas decorations. So you have to understand there are so many people making Christmas decorations these days. So how do you stand up? Maybe you also teach people how to create Christmas decorations. Maybe you also have workshops. Maybe you make them you make them out of something which is recyclable. It is not something that they have, it's like maybe harming the environment. So you have to understand that what is that unique offering that you are kind of giving in here. And the last question is, how will you attract your customer, right? So you have understood who your customer is, you have understood what your passion is, you have understood what you're going to help. You have also understood that, okay, this is what I'm offering, this is what the person wants. You have understood that how you are unique. Now you have to determine that how will you attract those people. So once you know someone, how they are, their habits, their challenges, it becomes so much easy and organically for you to know that, okay, this is how I attract them. So this video is so important, because if you don't do these steps, you will never know how to get to them. And I have seen so many people even at like year 2 of their business and not answering these questions for themselves.
thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel, and we all are going to meet you in my next video coming up really soon.